Hello dear viewers and welcome back again to Good Morning Kuwait. So the Kuwait Kite team was founded in 1995 and consists of a group of friends and young people of all ages. From 11 years old to senior citizens, this is due to the popularity of kite flying and its widespread following, as it is considered a family-oriented and community-based activity. Now, the team is distinguished both regionally and internationally by its expertise and is designing, building, and manufacturing kites. One of the team's goals is to promote this hobby in the Gulf Cooperation Council (GCC) countries by supporting and providing expertise and guidance to help establish teams in the Gulf region. So, let's welcome Hassan Buhamad, a member of Kuwait Kite's team, and hello and welcome to the show.
Hello and welcome. Greetings to you and your beloved staff and the viewers.
Thank you so much. So your history is so long. Could you give us a rundown? Where did you start and how this all actually started and where did the idea come from?
Sure. It actually started with my uncles, with my greaters in age, long time ago actually, even before the 90s, back in أيام الترويج السياحي. That was basically early 80s and even before, when they were young kids, starting by basic kites made from materials they can find around, whatever sticks they can find, putting them together with strings. There used to be, as I was told, some competitions on the longest kite, the biggest kite, and so on and so forth. The team got established systematically around 1995, 1996, started by my uncle, may he rest in peace, and then the generations came along and got a little bit growing a piece by a piece at the time, a kite at the time, until recently, the recent 5 years, and alhamdulillah, we got large enough to be establishing even, let's say, sister teams in the GCC. There is one in Qatar, there is one in Oman. We're currently working on establishing something in Saudi Arabia and so on and so forth. Great friends, great relationships.
All right. So a question will be, what is the collection, or how many collection of kites do you have up until now? And with different people in your team, what are the ages and how big can they actually hold a kite?
Great question. So our team focus on localized theme and mainly Kuwaiti colors and Kuwaiti designs, some folklorish, let's say, identities like Bawaq al-Aish, like الطنطل, things that come from our fun Kuwaiti imagination. What set us apart from other teams locally and internationally, that all our pieces are designed and manufactured and engineered in Kuwait. Different kites goes into different versions. We start by, say, a smaller piece, and then once we see the design can go up and get to be engineered to a mid-size and then maybe to a gigantic size. Like, you know, when you're dealing with nature, different winds gonna be acquiring different sizes and strengths of kites, and of course with that comes different equipment. So based on what's...
I'm actually curious about that. Where is the science in this, and how do you actually, every time you make the kite bigger, it becomes more difficult to control.
Sure.
So where does the science come here? Who basically does the math, as they say?
Believe it or not, there are about 4 main engineers. And all are seniors. The least person I know have over 20 years of engineering. A couple of them actually studied this back in the days, even from Mahad al-Tatbiqi. When you're talking about kites within that size, the drag it comes with is huge.
Of course, yeah.
We even have a documented case back in 2018. We had one of our spinners, which is some type of kite, pulling actually a bulldozer, like a full-on straight big tractor, being dragged just by simply the strength of wind. So going back to your question on the size of kites, they literally range from a couple of centimeters. The smallest kite I actually have myself is less than 20 centimeters of height, and it actually flies pretty well. Up to, we have kites 50 meters plus, and we're talking about length, not area. If I'd approximate the area, I'd say well over 100 square meters, given on from the kite body itself, along with the accessories that goes on it, with the tail that drags in. Our members range from when you said back in the days, those 11 years old are adults now actually and fathers, so their kids are joining as well. I believe the youngest member would be my daughter. She's less than 2 years old. Well, she's a member of what she can come,
Yes.
give dad some support and enjoy the theme. But the actual members, I'd say from teenage kids, once they are able to adhere and listen to instructions and make sure they're doing things safely. Like I said, the kites will range from a couple of meters to gigantic based on the situation, based on where we are and the wind conditions. We'd be choosing the appropriate size kite and then enjoying that.
Well, I would relate because I'm also, you know, I'm trying to push my kid also to, you know, train karate. So at the same, I have a daughter who's 6 years old, and now my son who is like a year and 4 months. I'm also like putting him there just to support and cheer. Thank you so much. So another will be like in every year it seems that there is a specific theme. So how do you actually choose the theme? And now with you know Hala February coming right now, what are your plans? What is the theme in general and this year before Hala February also?
Great question. Yeah. So usually our hobby is seasonal.
Yeah.
For sure you need the weather to be nice enough for us to be outside and for the audience to be able to enjoy us. So usually we start our season somewhere between September and October.
Yeah.
We'd start by, for sure, the first few flights with trial pieces that are designed over the summer and being worked on. If there is any modifications that's happening to any of the pieces, that happens during that time. The season picks up usually after November, moving forward, and of course our peak would usually be in the month of February, celebrating and enjoying the national days of Kuwait during that month. We try to participate as much as we can in every event whenever the weather and the situation is possible to be able to attend and participate. You asked about the theme. Like I said, we mainly focus on Kuwaiti culture or Kuwaiti-based kites. Now there are some few additions that we do for the fun of it with different participants. Our kites isn't solely only Kuwaiti, but that's, I'd say, 70 to 80% of our kites are based on the Kuwaiti theme and flag. We usually see what's the governmental's themes and what are the mottos, and we try to merge and go under their collaboration. Usually there is superstar pieces, like I said, that are made. We let them be the highlight of the season, and we pick up every season adding some new pieces and new designs, new colors, varieties of shapes. Honestly, the sky is the limit, quite literally, here in that case.
Exactly. Well said, actually. So could you tell us again the structure of your team? So how many are you that are actually working, other than the participants, like the people that make the Kite Society? And do you have any participation outside of Kuwait?
So the Kite Society in Kuwait is larger than our team itself alone.
Yeah.
As I understand, there are about a handful of teams, let me say. I don't want to mention some and lose others. But again, what sets us apart is that Kuwaiti identities in color. I mean, I'm not talking about nationality aspect. As a matter of fact, we have non-Kuwaitis members with us, but the main theme going to be the black, green, red, and white, thoroughly, and of course, along with, like I said, the culture, background, traditional identities like Atlanta, Bawag, Al-Aish, and so on and so forth. A couple of years ago, when we had the football Gulf participants, yeah. We did a huge theme there and huge participants with the balls shaped in different countries, like the fan zones kind of, yeah. With their themes. So yeah, our team consists of 22 members, ranging from ages of, I'd say, 14. Our senior, my uncle, he's about 65 years of age. He's actually the main designer and engineer.
Okay.
When it comes to the manufacturing process, we all go and put in a hand. It could be something as simple as pick up this piece and bring it over, to cutting certain materials, to sewing and sewing the materials on, to actually, the aftermath of washing and prepping and even carrying in and out. So we're all volunteers based on the availability, who's available to do what. We have some kind of arrangements and we get that communication and get it done as a team together.
Perfect, perfect. So another thing I would like to ask is, what is your future agenda? What do you see, Kuwait Kite team going to? Do you have something that is, on the horizon, as they say, like a big surprise, maybe a big shift in your ideas or something?
Well, inshallah there will be. The main thing is to lift our flag high in different participants. You asked earlier about participations. We have some, for sure, great presence locally in Kuwait, and along with the GCC countries. The last 5 years we've been expanding on the GCC on a great pace, honestly. We also have some international participations. I don't want to mention countries and leave others, but mainly in Asia and Eurasia. Some parts of the East there, we get some invitations. Some we can apply to and participate. Others, unfortunately, sometimes there is a time conflict with arrangement and some people can't attend and so on and so forth.
Sure.
So whenever it's available, we try our best to represent Kuwait in these festivals. And honestly, feedback have been great. The international invitations, let me call it, demand is getting really high. We're looking to expand with people who are actually able to fly more frequent to attend. For Kuwait locally, for the next week by itself, we have about 4 events coming in. On the 11th, we'll be participating with Shamia Co-op in Wahran Park. It will be a public event. Everybody is welcome to come and join us. Should be there from before noon till after evening. On the 16th, there will be a participation with the Kuwait Army and G1. On the 14th, there will be a participation with Kaysar in their main institute. Right after that, we're traveling to Saudi Arabia, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We have an invitation there to participate with an event made to celebrate Kuwait National Days. They wanted to be on the prime time of the 25th, but unfortunately we couldn't attend to that. So we agreed to do it 2 weeks prior to that. So alhamdulillah, the season is going great, and it's not over yet. It's not over till it would be too hot for us to be outside.
Well, yeah, it shows that you have a lot of activities and a lot of agenda. And for myself personally, I would attest that you are doing something very wonderful and one of a kind. I mean, within the GCC, everybody flies kite, but we took the scene by storm, and we're doing it very professionally, thanks to you guys. And thank you so much for being here, and we hope to see you again. And we hope to, well, I'm going to see you soon for sure, somewhere in Halaf Ibrahim. We're gonna cover it, and we're gonna for sure see you.
Would be a
all right.
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you. So thank you so much for Mr. Hassan Buhamad, the member of Kuwait Kites team. It's such a wonderful thing that we do have a team that specializes in kites, and we're taking it by storm. So how about this, dear viewers? We'll take a break, and we'll be right back for more right here at Good Morning Kuwait.